Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our European Education Info session tonight. Tonight we all have Alma Culinary School from Italy, and we have 4 speakers from their parts, and they're going to introduce the school, their programs, and how to apply, and some of their experience sharing with us. So first of all, let's welcome Anita.
Good evening,
Anita.
everybody.
Good evening. Okay, so first of all, would you like to share who is Alma and what's the special points about Alma with us?
First of all, thank you everybody for being here. I am Anita Ziliotto, the marketing manager of Alma, the International School of Italian Cuisine. And I'm very happy and pleased today to introduce you to our world. Before going on with all the detailed presentation, a very first quick overview of the program we will see all together today, this evening. We will have a very first introduction by myself with a quick overview on who we are and where we are based. Then we will go deeper down in the program with a general presentation of a detailed program that our school offers to all the prospective students interested to become professional of Italian cuisine. And moreover, we will also meet today one of our best graduates, Binita Debnath, who will share her experience with you and will be available together with our colleague to the final session of question and answers. So get the best out of this time together today to clear all your doubt. Finally, we will also present all the additional services, extra services that Alma put in place to improve the study abroad experience of our students, like, for example, our residencies hosting all our students in the school premises. And last but not the least, we will also talk about the career service, so a very specific department that Alma created to support our graduates to find a job after graduation, that is of course offered also to our international students who could be interested to continue their Italian experience after graduation and inside with a job in Italy. We will then close the whole program with the presentation of our official appointed agency, Italia Oggi, with Vicky, who will well explain how then to apply to our program. First of all, we all know that we are still living in a very tough situation, but we want to confirm you that Alma already reopens its doors. Indeed, on the 14th of February, we are very proud to inform you that we welcomed 15 international students who came to Alma to begin their path with the Italian culinary program. And this was possible only because Alma did a very big investment in order to adopting a safety protocol to create the most safe environment for our students and, of course, for all Alma staff. Indeed, we decided to modify a little bit the way we are doing our daily didactic, as well as adopting some important behaviors and tools so that to grant the most safe environments to go on, for the students to go on with their educational experience. We have a health screening, survey and privacy, and an entry and exit process strictly monitored. The internal circulation and some common areas are very well organized in order to grant the safety distance. We share and we give and we distribute to all our staff and students all the personal protective equipment. About the lessons, this is an important goal that Alma achieved. As you may know, being a culinary art, it means that the 80% of our lesson are training lessons to do practice and working during inside the kitchens. Well, we're very happy to confirm that it is still possible to do the training lesson inside our kitchen, of course, adopting all the safety tools we were mentioning before. And that, on the contrary, we decided to put online only the academic lessons. And when we say online, it means that the student can, of course, trust on a good service because they will follow the online lesson directly from the Alma housing, where we have, of course, Wi-Fi. So the educational experience is fully safe. After this first introduction, we are now moving on with the general representation of Alma. Alma has been recognized as the most important training center for the Italian cuisine at an international level. We are daily focused on creating the next generation of chefs and professionals of Italian cuisine and of Italian foods. As a trusted school, indeed, we can count on several certifications that you can see here. We have certification concerning our school and more is certification related given by our general institutions. First of all, we can trust on a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Education, University and Research of Italy. Second, all our programs for international students are certified by our region, and we have a strong collaboration with the University of Parma. Finally, we can trust on an official collaboration with the Italian Trade Agency for the promotion of the Italian food. And we are a member of the steering committee of Parma City of Gastronomy. Parma, indeed, that is the city where our headquarters is. We are very close to Parma. We are in the countryside, 10 kilometers far. Our campus is 10 kilometers far, has been recognized and declared by UNESCO as the city of gastronomy. So one of the best places where you can study the real Italian gastronomy. And finally, last but not the least, we are a member of the planning table of the Ministry of External Affairs for the cooperation for the Week of Italian Cuisine in the World. That is an international event aimed at promoting the Italian cuisine and where Alma plays an important role supporting all the Italian embassies in organizing events with the aim of discovering the real Italian cuisine. Where is Alma? Alma is in a very strategic position. We are indeed in the heart of what it is called the Italian Food Valley. We are in the north of Italy, close to Parma, that is the Italian city of gastronomy, and it is a very strategic position because we are an hour far from Milan, an hour and a half from Venice or from Florence. We are 2 hours and a half by train far from Rome. So as you can see, it is very easy from Alma to travel all around Italy to add additional experience to your visit to our campus, to your life to our campus. What is our campus? Our campus is a 5,000 square meter campus, fully equipped with cutting-edge technologies. We have demonstration classes and also training classroom, where students can work with hands-on lessons in order to live and to understand and to learn all the techniques preparing recipes with the help of our teachers. We have one central kitchen to do practice and one gourmet restaurant. We have a pastry center with 2 pastry laboratories. We have one laboratory completely dedicated to bakery. We have the wine academy for the study of Italian wine, studying and tasting. And then we also have the Caffè Italia, that is our internal bar. Alma has been, as we said at the beginning, has been recognized as the most important center for the training of Italian cuisine. Indeed, every year we host more than 1,200 students coming from 16 different nationalities all around the world, and we are very proud to host all of them in our campus and in the residencies that are at a working center. After this general introduction, I am now pleased to leave the floor to one of our most important graduates that is now also working with us, and it is part of the Alma team, Binita Debnath, offering you her direct experience. So stay tuned.
Hello, good evening everyone. I'm Binita Debnath, and thank you Anita for the lovely introduction. Well, to start about me, I am from India and I came here to do my course in Italian cuisine at Alma-la Scuola internazionale di Cucina italiana. And it has been a beautiful journey and a lovely experience for me. And being a chef, it was not something that I thought of earlier. I was working as an engineer in my country, and it was a passion that I wanted to continue, and it was a hobby. And I have switched my hobby into a full-time profession now. And coming to Alma, I started with the Italian course of international culinary program, and I have gone for stage, and I was very lucky that when I was doing my course, I was allowed to do 2 stages, and I have honed up my skills very well. I worked in a 2 Michelin star with my chef Valeria Piccini in Tuscany, which is, you can say, center or south of Italy. And it was a beautiful experience because when you learn Italian cuisine, you learn it from the history of the Italian cuisine, and then you move to a Michelin star. So Alma gave me that opportunity to pursue my career very soon after I did my course in a Michelin star. And that has changed many perspectives as a chef when it comes to doing a cuisine, because you interpret food in a very different way. And after that, there is when you join Alma and become a part of the Alma family, you get the opportunity to participate in the HOSCO platform that you will know later, and you have a wide array and lot of opportunities to put yourself forward in the market. So it is not just you come and you do a normal school, but the whole program of Alma, it trains you from the basic to become an intermediate chef, and then you go for the traineeship program, and then you kind of transform from a student to a professional, and then you are open to choose from the number of jobs calling for you through the platform. So it builds you, it takes you out of your comfort zone and brings you here to a school where you learn, and then it lets you step into the market. So it's a wonderful experience. And well, now it's a difficult situation with the pandemic around the world. And I have been here, and I have been through all these different stages from last year to here, and now I currently work at Alma. And I was the part of the team when we were starting to move our theory lessons online. And so far, we have a very safe environment here We make sure that all of us are checked and we follow all the security protocols. And it is a very special culinary school in Italy, which has been functioning from last year, June. And we are taking care of each person who belonged to Alma as a student or even as a staff. So this has been my experience, and I work with the international projects for the gastronomical cultural exchange. And being a part of the Alma team, I have traveled to different parts of the world, taking Italian cuisine, because once you study in Alma, you kind of become a graduate person, or let's say a pseudo ambassador of Italian cuisine, and you take back Italian cuisine or the Italian culture to your country. So that is a small but significant part of cultural exchange. So I look forward to seeing seeing you all here maybe soon, and I let Diletta take over. Thank you.
Thank you, Binita. I believe next we will have Diletta. Yeah, here you go.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all, and good to see so many of you here today. My name is Diletta Carboni, and I am in charge of international marketing and CRM, as well as the admission process. So if you are contacting the school to ask for more information or to apply for the courses, you might be in touch with me as well. Today, I would like to delve deeper into the programs and then to the services that the school is offering to international students. Our school presents two different kinds of programs: the long professionalizing programs, which are the programs dedicated to those students who want to become professionals in the sector of the Italian cuisine or the Italian pastry. And in particular, we have two different courses: the Italian culinary program and the Italian modern pastry program. And then we have a short course dedicated more to people who love Italian cuisine or who would like to have a short experience to get a first touch of what the Italian gastronomy can offer, which is called A Taste of Italy. This course is, of course, dedicated to people who would like just to maybe enjoy some time in Italy, or also to, for example, schools who come all together for a field trip in Italy, and they include an experience as a class in our school. Today, actually, I would like to delve deeper into one of these courses, which is the Italian culinary program. So this is what we're going to see more in depth today. The Italian culinary program is a one-year program dedicated to people who want to become professional chefs of Italian cuisine. It's organized in two different levels, so two units: the unit 1, which is the basic level, and the unit 2, which is the advanced level. The course includes both a residential phase and traineeship phase in both units. So it's a one-year program organized in a 2.5 months residential phase. Then there is a 1-month traineeship. At the end of this first unit, there is an assessment. Then you start with the unit 2, so with the advanced level, with 4 months of traineeship, residential phase in school, followed by a 4 months of traineeship and the final exam. So the structure, it actually varies a lot, and it gives you the opportunity to both study in school and have some real experience into a hosting structure, into a restaurant. The first unit, as I said, is the basic level. The first unit focuses, of course, on the knowledge of the raw materials, on the knowledge of the basic techniques, because we're talking about people who have no experience in the sector. But it also focuses on the real taste of the Italian cuisine, which I'm afraid to say is very different around the world to what it actually is in Italy. So what you think it's Italian cuisine might not actually be what the real Italian cuisine is or tastes like. So this is the focus of the first unit, together with information about the history and culture of the Italian gastronomy. So the course focuses mainly on cooking practice and techniques, as you can see from the graphics, but it also includes history of Italian cuisine, field trips, especially around the food valley, so the area where we are based in this first unit, as well as the world of Italian wines, which is very important when it comes to Italian gastronomy. The traineeship phase of the first unit is actually an optional experience. So you do not have to do it, but it's an opportunity that the school gives you to have a 1-month experience in a real kitchen. We always suggest our students to do this experience, especially because they come from a different background. They have no practical experience, people starting with Unit 1, and therefore this is a first touch of how the real world looks like. So it is really formative. It's a really formative experience. We have a network of hosting structure, a very big network. We have more than 500 hosting structure connected to us, and they are based everywhere in Italy. So whereas the residential phase is done in Colorno, here in Parma, the traineeship phase can take place anywhere in Italy. We jump then to Unit 2, the advanced level. So this is where you actually get in touch with the advanced techniques. This is where you learn the real Italian cuisine as a professional. So you have a lot of cooking practice and training sessions, not only at your station doing a single recipe, but also within the restaurants that we have inside the school. As Anita already mentioned to you, we have different kind of restaurants. We have a central kitchen, which serves lunch to all the school students, staff, and visitors. So we're talking about something like 350 people per day and different shifts. And usually it is served as a buffet. Now during the pandemic, we have a pocket lunch. So this is a very specific kind of cuisine and attitude in the kitchen. We then have a gourmet restaurant within the school where we resemble what the experience of a real restaurant is, and therefore we host a few guests in front of house, and in the kitchen they serve the lunch with different courses and plate it. We then have a new classroom, which is a multifunctional classrooms, but it is also used as an open restaurant where students cook in front of the people that will finally eat their lunch. And therefore, they will have to experience some sort of interaction with their customer. Of course, cooking practice is the main focus, but we also have other subjects, such as pastry and bakery, so some specific lessons dedicated to cooking practice of pastry and bakery products. We have field trips as well. In this case, we go farther away around Italy. We also have history of Italian cuisine and Italian wines, especially focusing on wine pairing in this second unit. We have the guest chef demonstrations. These are very important lessons because among the collaboration with the hosting structures, we also have collaborations with their head chefs, with their executive chefs. They come to our school for these demonstration classes, introducing their personal interpretation of the Italian cuisine and showing their techniques and their typical products that they are used to include in their kitchen. So this is a very formative experience also because the students have the opportunity to meet directly these very important chefs from all over Italy and to experience their cuisine, to see them working, to taste the final dishes that these chefs will create in front of their eyes. So it's a very good opportunity also as networking because you will be able to be introduced to them, to talk to them directly and personally, and therefore to have a connection with these important chefs from all over Italy. The second unit includes also nutrition and health and hygiene regulations and safety regulations as well. And it will also include some language courses. So you will also study a little bit of Italian. The language of the course is, of course, English. So Italian is not a requisite to access the course, but we think that learning the language is a way to better integrate with the culture, to better survive the traineeship phase that will come afterwards, and therefore to better integrate with the brigade and with your classmates and with the schoolmates, etc. So it's a fundamental part of the course. About the traineeship phase, in this case is longer because it's 4 months long and it's obligatory. So you must complete the traineeship phase to have access to the final exam and conclude the course. Again, the network of structure is the same. So we have more than 500 structures located all over Italy. What I want to underline here is that the traineeship phase is really focusing on each and every person. The traineeship is assigned, the structure is assigned by the school. This is very important because it means that we give you the structure where you will go. We assign the structure where you will go, and we will make a choice which has an educational purpose. This means that, first of all, we have a one-to-one interview with each and every student to understand what their expectations are. For example, we have students who want to see a Michelin-starred restaurant, but we also have students who have their own, maybe they have their own activity back at home or family activity back at home, and they want to see, for example, a family-run trattoria in Italy, because that is the kind of environment they will find themselves to work when they will go back home. So in this case, these are information that we collect from them. Another information we collect is in terms of what kind of cuisine they would like to experience. We have people who are more keen on learning dishes that include fish, for example. So we will look for a place near the seaside. But we also have people who might be interested in vegetarian food, or maybe are interested in food dedicated to the mountainside. So we all keep into consideration all of this information. Another key element to choose the traineeship restaurant is also the skills of the student, their ability to work in a brigade, the level of skills that they have reached, and their final abilities. So how much they have learned during the time they spent in the class. So putting all this information together, we try to find what we think is the best option for each and every student. And therefore, the traineeship phase is strongly tailor-made and focusing on the single person. So once the traineeship phase is finished, then you come back for the final exam. The final exam is a 2-day exam, and it includes both a theoretical approach, so a project presentation, as well as a practical approach where you will realize your own personal menu that you will have to plan and then create and then reproduce in front of a jury that will taste the menu and will give their own evaluation of your work. The pictures that you see here are some of the dishes created by our own students. So hopefully in the future, some of your dishes could be also included in this pictures as well. What you will gain at the end of the course. Of course, you will get the professional diploma of the school, which is Cook of Italian Cuisine Advanced Level. Plus, as my colleague mentioned before, our school is certified by the local government, and we are accredited by the local government as well with the Italian culinary program. This means that this specific course gives a second certification of professional operator at the production of meal. So the professional qualification given by the European recognition EQF4. This means that not only with this certificate you will be able to look for a job in Italy, but you can look for jobs everywhere in Europe, and it will be recognized at the same level. Together with these two certifications, the diploma and the professional qualification by the local government, you will also get specific certifications, the certificate of training for food workers and the certificate of specific training for workers in safety matters. These two certifications last several years, 3 and 5 if I'm not mistaken, and they are necessary to work in Italy. This means that with this final certifications, if you want to stay in Italy and work, you already have the necessary qualifications to go directly to the world of work. So you don't have to get any further certifications before you can actually apply for job offers in Italy. So to recap a little bit how this course is organized, we have a first unit with a duration of 3 months and a half, 2 months and a half in school, plus 1 month of traineeship, which is optional. Frequency is part-time, 3 days per week, full day, and we have a maximum, we accept a maximum number of 20 students per class. So this is very important. Once we reach the maximum capacity, the course is closed. We have 3 editions per year, winter, spring, and fall. The next editions will start in May and in October. The Unit 1 only will have a fee of 9,500 euros. The Italian Culinary Program Unit 2 instead lasts 8 months, 4 months in Alma and 4 months of traineeship. Frequency is still part-time, although it is more intense, and it's 4 days per week full-time. Again, we have a maximum acceptance of 20 students per class. Again, we have 3 editions per year. Next edition will start at the beginning of May and at the end of August, and then the next one will be on January 2022. The fee for Unit 2 only is 15,000 euros. Of course, this course is usually purchased as a full 1-year course, so people apply for Unit 1 plus Unit 2. In this case, we are happy to say that there is a scholarship available for students choosing the full path, and therefore there will be a 15% discount available for all editions starting in 2021. So the final course fee, if you take the full 1-year course, is 20,800 euros. The other important scholarships that we made available this year is the Italian Cuisine in the World Grant. It is a 1,000 euros scholarship available for participants to Unit 2. To be eligible for this scholarship, students should be eligible to apply directly to Unit 2. I am going to explain in a minute what are the requirements for Unit 1 and for Unit 2, plus submit a motivational letter explaining the reasons behind their choice to specialize in the Italian cuisine. So the requirements to access our courses are very simple. First of all, the age. We can accept students who are 18 years or older only. For students older than 40 years of age, we ask for a motivational letter to better understand what their ideas are and what their project for a life is. Students need to have finished the schools, so they need to have completed their high schools and have a high school diploma. Plus, we need students to have an intermediate knowledge of the English language. As I mentioned before, the course is held entirely in English, and therefore the Italian is not a requisite to access the course, but the intermediate knowledge of the English language is. With regards to the English language, we do accept different kind of certifications if you have them available, like IELTS, TOEFL, or Cambridge, and other certifications as well. In case you do not have a certification, we can organize a Skype interview to test the level of English. So certification in itself is not a requisite, a necessity to access the course. Students applying for Unit 1 only or for the full course are not required to have any kind of experience. Whereas students who want to apply directly to Unit 2, they must have a first experience in the sector, meaning they must have worked as chefs for at least 6 months or equivalent. Of course, all the profiles of our students applying to the course will be evaluated to confirm the eligibility, and the student office will ask for more information in case they need explanations or if they want some clarifications as well in terms of the experience acquired by the different students. So this is to recap the next available editions. Next available editions will be Unit 2. We'll start on 4th of May. We are still have a couple of places available here. Then we'll have the 8th edition with Unit 1 starting on May 24th and Unit 2 starting on August 30th. And then we will have the 9th edition with Unit 1 starting on the 11th of October and Unit 2 starting on the 10th of January 2022. Okay, so now I'm going a little deeper with the information about the services that the school offers. The first service that school offers is the possibility for our students to stay in the Alma housings. The Alma housings are the residences of the school and are organized as apartments. So here you see some pictures just as an example of one of our housings. So you have a kitchen area with a living room and bathrooms and bedrooms. So this is a shared solution with you that you will share with your classmates. And they are available just outside the campus. So they are inside the village, just walking distance to the school and to all the services. Of course, these are available during the residential phase. During the traineeship phase, instead, the hosting structure will give accommodation in the staff house for free during the period of the traineeship phase. Other services that the school gives to all the international students is, of course, assistance in everyday life, in school life, with a person dedicated in the student office. This person will also support the student with the visa application process and the permit of stay application process once they are in Italy. We also have a tutor inside the school for the international students, in particular for the extra didactic activities. So trying to make their experience here in Italy a gastronomical experience also in their free time, suggesting places to visit or experiences to make, tours to do, and many other activities that they can do in their spare time when they are off from lessons. The lunch during the days of lessons is also offered at the school canteen. As I mentioned you before, we have the school central kitchen, which serves the lunch to our students. So the lunch during the days of lesson is included, as well as we give access to all the students to the library. We have a very important library dedicated exclusively to Italian gastronomy, with more than 12,000 books dedicated to this subject, which makes it one of the biggest libraries in Europe dedicated to gastronomy. Plus, we have a career service after graduation. So about the career service, I would like to give you some more information. The career service is also known as the Alma Link service. The Alma Link is actually the networking platform of all of our graduates. We also are supported by Hosco platform, which is a platform to search for job opportunities. This is just to give you some numbers and some ideas behind this networking and support that we give our students. On the Hosco platform in particular, we are talking about over 6,800 companies that are actively looking for job for qualified employees, and they are posting job offers. About 700,000 professionals are registered to this network, and we have about 30,800 open job offers on a daily basis worldwide. So this is a huge opportunity for our students to look for job opportunities all around the world. We are not the only school, of course, included in this network. There are more than 400 international schools dedicated to the hospitality in general, and all of these students are also a way to connect even farther and to look for more job opportunities around the world. What we do also inside the school, we organize the career day. Usually it's a one day every year where we welcome professionals and companies to come to our premises and make interviews to our graduates. So anyone can come here and look for these job opportunities, doing internship, getting networking, and being, let's say, in contact with the industry, direct contact with the industry. Another thing that we organize are the recruiting days. These are specifically dedicated to a single company. In this case, you see pictures from Italy in London. They were looking for some open job roles, and they came to our school to do a presentation, and then they interviewed our students who wanted to participate, and they selected some of our graduates to be included in their staff. Of course, with the pandemic, we had to stop these events in presence, but we did not stop the support to our international students and to all the students in general. And we created virtual recruiting events, like the ones that you see here with the company called Big Mama, which is a big company in France. So we here supported the students with the presentation of the company and then the personal interviews to each and every one of them. This slide is just an example of some of the industry which is connected to our network for job opportunities after the graduation. We're talking about big groups, just to name a few, for example, Relais Chateau, Mandarin Oriental, Marriott Hotels, Bulgari, the Barilla restaurants. So these are all very big groups present on an international basis that can, let's say, recruit in different situations, in different countries, and offer also a very good opportunity in terms of career. Some statistics that we would like to share with you is that 1 student out of 3 is actually hired by the traineeship structures. So I mentioned to you, we have more than 500 structures connected to us. What I did not mention is, for example, that all the Michelin-starred restaurants in Italy are connected with us and are within that network. And our network is also strongly believing and trusting in our students, and therefore they are very happy to hire them at the end of their traineeship phase. Also, 50% of our students actually is hired before the end of the course. This is thanks to the traineeship structures and the networking that the traineeship structures and the past graduates, let's say, have created around Alma and the new students coming out of graduation. Of course, there are different areas where our students can be hired and can find a job, not only or exclusively as chefs, but there are also different kinds of areas such as wellness or communication, management, events, socials and TV programs, education, training, research and development, consultancy, entrepreneurship. So a lot of different areas where the students can really find their own goal and their own path, career path. And hopefully success. So I would like to share some stories of our graduates. Here are some of the graduates that became chefs So they chose the most, let's say, classical working path. So, for example, we have Chaitanya. He became executive chef in a very important restaurant in the United Arab Emirates. We have Ahmad. He became a baker chef in Hyatt Regency in Malaysia. We have Kevin. Kevin had a very nice story because he also worked in Alma for a period, and then he decided to go back to his home country. He became head bakery manager at Italy in New York. Then we have Eliana. Eliana did an amazing career because she became sous chef at Quintalin. Quintalin is one of the best restaurants in the world. He's ranked 24th among the 50 best restaurants in the world. So we are very proud of her. And then Sean, who went to the Four Seasons Hotel as a chef in South Africa. But we have many other stories with students who chose different paths, and we would like to share them with you also to give you a better understanding of how many possibilities there are out there. We have Marianne. She became a test developer for recipes. Tatiana and Andrei, their husbands and wife, they founded their own Gastro Travel Club, which is a travel agency dedicated to gastronomy tours. Tolga became a head lecturer, so he became a teacher in culinary education at the University of Economics in Turkey, Izmir. Lucia became a web editor specialized in gastronomy. We have Farley, who founded her own events company specialized in food and wine events. There is Chelsea. She is a YouTuber. She is a chef, but she has a great passion for fitness. So she put together her two loves, cuisine and wellness, and she became a chef and trainer YouTuber. Rafael opened his own restaurant at the Valletta in Malta, and Edward actually founded his own activity, owning a food truck dedicated to Italian pizza in New York. So a lot of different opportunities here. Another great success story that we would like to share with you is the story of Henry Hizier. He graduated in 2010, so 11 years ago, here with our Italian culinary program. He is now general manager at Longtail Restaurant here in Taipei, Taiwan, and he was awarded with his first Michelin star in 2019. So we were really, really proud of his story. I know I cannot show you actually a video at the moment, but if you go on YouTube on our page, you can find the interview to his story, and maybe also later we can share in the chat, hopefully, this link, or we can make you have the link in the next days so that you can see the interview of our graduate and listening about his story and the success of the Michelin Starred Award. Now, I think I would like to leave the stage to Vicky. Vicky is part of the staff of Italia Oggi. Italia Oggi is our partner agency in Taiwan. They support us with all the process for the application and enrollment. So I kindly ask Vicky to join us, and I leave her the stage for more information about the enrolling process.
Okay, thank you. Can you see my screen? Show my screen. Yeah. Can you see it?
Yes, we do, or I do.
Okay. Give me a second. Okay. 好，我这边做一个比较快速的总结。那我们阿玛开课的梯次呢，如果是 烹饪课程的话，就是1年的完整课程，Unit 1加 Unit 2，然后跟 Unit 1的开课月份是一样的，就是2月、5月跟10月。那如果比较进阶的 Advanced 的这样子的 Unit 2的课程的话，我们开课月份是1月、5月跟8月。那另外我们还有现代烘焙的课程是每年的5月，还有短期的课程品鉴意大利是每年的7月跟9月会开这样的梯次。那申请的流程，第一步可以跟我们台湾办事处联系，那我们会提供给你详细的学校的课程资讯，还有学校的一些的实习的部分，有任何问题，那我们会给你一个详细的说明。那同时也针对你未来的生涯的规划的方向，那可以帮你找出来比较符合你的课程的这样的一个方式。那再来确定报读这样的科系跟课程之后呢，我们会开始协助你准备所有的申请文件，包括像是 CV 啦、动机信啦，我们会提供给你写作的指导。那写完之后可以 email 给我们，会帮你们做修改跟检查等等这些。那等你所有的文件齐全之后，我们提交给学校，那学校经过审核之后，如果是被录取的，学校会寄来所谓的录取通知信，然后你愿意接受这个 offer， 就可以开始缴交注册费以及学费等等事宜。那接下来下一步，我们就会开始协助你办理所谓的签证，学生签证。那针对学生签证的每一个项目，我们会指导你怎么去做准备。那让你送签证之前，我们也会协助你把所有的签证文件全部再重新的检查一遍。最后，在你出发前，我们会有一个行前说明会，那我们会指导你，教你怎么办理意大利的居留证，怎么买学生保险，当地银行开户，那甚至如果说你有需要办交通卡的话，或者手机信卡，还有一些当地的实用的生活资讯，包括租房的资讯等等，那就是除了学校刚刚Diletta 有讲到的 housing service 的服务之外，那我们也会提供给你租房的资讯，详细的完整的说明跟协助。那出发之前，我们会邀请同期的出发的学生，我们会有一个群组 group， 那大家可以互相认识，结伴同行。那到了当地之后，如果有需要一些的接机啊等等这些的境外服务的话，我们也可以协助你办理，让你更快的适应跟融入当地的生活。好，再来我们的科系的跟学费的部分，如果是意大利烹饪课程1整年完整的课程的话，我们的学费是20,800欧。那课程里面所涵括的包括有25周的校内课程、19周的实习跟3天的毕业考。那如果说是只有 apply， 就是只有申请单元1的这样课程的话，学费是9,500欧。那课程包括10周的校内课程加1天的毕业考。那如果是申请advanced 就是 Unit 2的这样的一个课程的话，它是14,000欧。那课程内容包括15周的校内的课程，还有15周的餐厅的实习跟2天的毕业考试。那现代意大利烘焙课程的话，它的学费是9,516欧。那课程包括9周的校内课程，还有12周的实习，还有2天的毕业考试。那这些学费都已经包括3,500的注册费在里面。那如果你是想要申请品鉴意大利1周短期课程的话，这个学费是1,400欧。好，接下来我们来看一下有哪些申请文件你要准备。如果OK， 烹饪跟烘焙这2个科系你要准备的文件基本上是差不多的。第一个要报名表，再来你的 CV， 再来你的最高的毕业证书、学历证明、成绩单，然后动机信、英文检定证明跟护照。好，那针对刚刚英文检定证明的部分，就是说如果你之前有考过雅思、TOEIC、托福等等，你都可以做提交上来。那如果你还没有考试的话，没关系，学校它会有一个 Skype interview， 它也会来帮你做 test， 这是没有问题的。那再来比较特别重要的部分就是，如果你是申请烘焙的课程的话， 会建议你要有一些基础的烘焙经验，比如说像是你有烘焙的丙级的证照，或者是你之前有上过一些烘焙的课程等等，这些你都可以提供上来。那在另外一个重点就是说，我倒是建议我的学生可以来准备一些的作品集。那在作品集的部分呢，是说你怎么样去呈现你在烹饪或烘焙上面的技巧，你有一些成品出来，或者是你有一些新的 menu 新的 recipe 的这样的一个创新的方式，你都可以呈现在你的作品集，因为也可以让学校的评审老师 chef 们知道你的背景跟你的基础在哪里。我觉得这是比较完整的一个方式。那再来最重要就是，如果你被录取了，那决定就读之后，我们非常建议你开始学意大利文，因为在你课程上面来讲倒是好，因为课程是英文授课，只是说如果你有在餐厅实习或者在烘焙坊实习的话，你接触到的 chef 接触到的客人都是意大利人，所以如果你会一点意大利文的基础的话，其实对你的实习会有很大的帮助，甚至到之后毕业之后，如果你有拿到正式的工作，留在意大利工作的话，当然意大利文是很重要的一环节。好，再来接下来今年的奖学金是针对单一申请进阶单元2的学生，那我们学校会提供1000欧元的奖学金的减免。OK， 好，那如果说针对刚刚的PDF 啦，任何问题啦，或者是课程内容，或是奖学金，或是文件准备上有任何问题，欢迎可以扫描我们的 QR code 或加入我们的官方 LINE， 然后我们会提供给你更详细的协助与帮助。好，谢谢大家，谢谢。
谢谢 Vicky。我们这边透过4位讲者跟校友们的分享，就是对于 Alma 他们学校提供的课程跟一些申请的条件等等，都有比较详尽的认识。那我们这边就开放各位观众可以透过 Webinar 的 Question 功能来留下你的问题，或者说刚刚讲师在简报中有任何有疑问听不清楚，或者说不是很了解，不是很确定的，你都可以在线上提出来。有吗？哦，好 ，OK， I think these questions. So Diletta and Anita, Binita, if you're still online here, we are now in the Q&A session. We are receiving questions from the audience tonight. Our first question is about, you just mentioned the career service or say alumni network, which is called Alma-la. We are wondering whether it's a platform like student can reach the people or the company or the agency on the platform that like they should just found information in it, or does school provide any like professionals or consultant that can give suggestion advice for the students?
So this, it's an online platform, is correct. And the access is given in the moment that the students graduate. So once they graduate, they will be introduced to this platform and they will receive a username and password and login information, and they will be habilitated to it. We have a colleague and there's a team of people working on this career service, supporting the students, helping them, for example, to, I don't know, writing correctly their CV or explaining how to better propose in different kind of opportunities. So we have people behind working alongside of our students. Of course, the students are not binded, let's say, to these people, and they can also actively and personally working on this platform, looking for job offers and applying to these job offers. Also because this service is for free and it does not expire. So any student in any moment of their career can go back to this platform and look, for example, for new job opportunities. Maybe they want to make a jump in their career, they're looking for new experiences, they can look for job offers here. Or maybe they have opened their own restaurant, or maybe they have become managers in their own restaurant and they want to hire people. So they come back to this platform under a different point of view. So no matter which moment of their career it is, they can always have access to this platform. Of course, there are people there supporting them as students looking for a new job, or as professionals looking for a jump in their career, or as managers looking to hire people. So there is people supporting them.
Sure, thank you. So it's more like serving as information platform where people should find the information themselves, and then they can also share if they are recruiting, if they found any recruitment or any opportunity for the alumni of Alma.
Yes, so they're just free to navigate. If they have any questions or if they need support, we are here to help them as well.
Okay, great. Next questions. All right, I think Vicky also mentioned, I think, so suggest to any like student or participant tonight who are interested to study in Alma to learn at least basic Italian before they go to the school and study there. Would you suggest that any level of the Italian like speaking or usage the student might acquire in order to get them like familiar with internship or like traineeship, or in case they would like stay in Italy and find a job there? What would be the like basic level you would suggest to them?
So, as I mentioned, it is not a necessary requisite, but of course, if they can have a first, let's say, a basic level of the Italian language, or a basic knowledge, or even just a first sounding in their ears, is of course easier for them to understand the culture, to understand the people and the environment around them. And of course, it will help them a lot during the traineeship phase, because they will feel more comfortable with the people around them. Of course, everyone working in the school and in the traineeships structures know that they are international students and they speak English, so they don't have to be afraid of it. But of course, we also include some Italian lessons in the second unit for this reason. And therefore, what Vicky said is absolutely right. So if they have the chance to do some Italian basic level language course before coming, it's just a plus for them. It will make their life easier and they will feel more comfortable. I don't know if Vicky wants to add something. For our experience, those students who came here with a first basic knowledge of the Italian language, at the end of the year, were actually able to interact in Italian quite easy, because they have a lot of inputs, you know, a lot of opportunities to try and speak, try and read, try and understand.
Yeah, to say it in daily life.
Yeah, it's just one more opportunity for them.
Sure, of course. Also, we are, I think some of them may be interested in the traineeship. Is it a paid job, or is any like benefit they can get when they're doing traineeship?
In Italy, they are called curricular traineeships, which means they are inside an educational path. They are not paid. However, there are benefits, because the hosting structure gives the accommodation for free during the traineeship phase in the staff house. So they don't have to look for an accommodation, they don't have any extra costs there, as well as the hosting structure gives the boarding during the working hours. So also in terms of lunch or dinner, when they are working, it's also given by the hosting structure.
Nice. Here's another question regarding application. So when they get all the material ready, how long would it take to know the result? And it's only pure paper evaluation, or will there be any like interview with the school representative or any manager in the schools?
So it takes only a few days to know the final evaluation of the profile. We do ask for our CV because it's the easiest way and quickest way to gather all the information about the experience, the level of preparation, level of study, age and stuff of the students, which is what we need to evaluate their profile. Of course, in the past, and Vicky knows about it, if we have any doubts about the preparation of a student, whether it's in terms of the language, English language in this case, or the experience in the kitchen, we may ask for an interview with the student. So, of course, in that case, the agency supports us with any extra material that we may need or any contacts that we may ask to the student directly.
And also, since like it may just take a few days to know the results, which means the recruitment would be like first come first serve basis. Like if you apply earlier, and when all the quota is full and you don't have a chance.
Considering that we have a limited number of places available, yes. So the first who apply are the first to be considered for the enrollment. So we suggest to apply around 6 months in advance. This is to guarantee that you should be able to find a place in your favorite edition, as well as that you have enough time also to do, for example, the papers for the visa application process and complete all the bureaucracy behind the international travel, let's say. Of course, as I mentioned before, we still have places available for May and for October and for August editions. So if you are considering enrolling now to any of these editions, you can still do so, because as I said, we still have places available. So in general, it's a good rule, the sooner the better.
Another question I think goes to Vicky, since it's regarding visa. Vicky， 我们这边一位观众想了解的是说，在意大利有没有比如说毕业后的一些就业待业签证这样子的机制，或者说同学他们如果毕业后是不是在意大利大概有一些时间是意大利政府他们学生签允许的，比如说找工作的期限这样子。
OK， 好，签证的部分就是如果是申请所谓的1年的这样的 program 的课程的话，那签证处当然就会核发1年的学生签证。那再来到了意大利之后，我们要申请所谓的居留证嘛，那居留证基本上它的有效期也大概就是1年，可能会比签证再长一点点。那在有居留证有效期之内呢，学校毕业之后，就像刚Diletta 这边有说的，就是学校它有这样子的一个 Alma Link， 就是所谓的就业平台，还有 Career Service 会协助学生在毕业之前，就是实习之后的这一段时间找工作啊等等这些。那当然就是如果有找到工作的话，就是直接可以转做我所谓的工作签等等这样继续留下来，就是直接在 renew 更新你的居留证，延长这样的工作的部分，这是没有问题的。对，所以在学校的这样的一个 career service 的建制下，在找工作跟延续后面的签证居留证，这个是学校会给很大的协助跟帮助。
我们观众这边还有问题的话，也欢迎继续提出。就是趁现在我们包括 Alma 学校这边的代表跟台湾这边办公室的Vicky 也都在线上，可以帮大家回答问题。或者说你现在可能对于想出发去意大利，你可能一开始有这个想法而已，可是你可能不知道从哪里准备起的话，你有一些在规划上、计划上的问题也可以提出来。Okay, I think our audience tonight is really shy. But I think we have covered most part of the about the application and programs tonight. It's pretty clear. We also have the information for applicants. Also, we have Italia oggi, Vicky's contact information on the screen right now. We have email and then the phone number, like all our students and our participants tonight can reach out to you if they have any question afterwards. So I think that's probably the end of our session. I would like to thank Diletta, Anita, and your Binita. They're still online.
Yes,
and also Vicky.
They're just in the room listening.
Yeah, also, I cannot see them on the screen right now, but yeah, thank you for joining us tonight. It's really brilliant. And thank you, Vicky, for explaining, especially in detail for our audience. Hopefully, we can see you in person very soon.
We hope so. We hope to be able to travel again soon.
Right, and then probably meet each other and meet your student, like future student here.
Thank you for having
thank you
us
so much
tonight.
Of course, it's our pleasure. Thank you, Vicky. 谢谢我们各位观众今天晚上的参与。All right, so it's time to say goodbye. Hope you have a good day. Have a good evening at Vicky's side. Grazie.
Ciao, bye bye.
Ciao. Ciao.